While using toilets helps to stop the spread of diarrheal diseases, there are other surprising benefits. Once cleaned up, the villagers can now grow food on land once used as a lavatory. This is particularly important during the time of Monga. Monga is the period of seasonal hunger between sowing and harvest when there's no work. Now the old open defecation areas are used for growing vine potatoes on a big scale, a practice that had fallen out of use.
This indigenous technology was already there, but it was lost. In the process of so many modern farming, this and that, this was lost. CLTS brought it back. Social solidarity is nothing new in Bangladesh, It used to be there and very much there in different forms.
In the
time when there was open defecation, there was feces between the trees. Now they are growing all sorts of crops. Now there are about 95 households that are benefiting and growing crops in that space. Rashida is one of the women to most benefit. Right now she is taking meals 3 times a day, just like the rich people. During the Monga, there were no jobs and there was nothing to eat. We were starving. Sometimes we only ate every other day. I had to sell the roof from my house. Now we are better.
It's not one individual's struggle or challenge. It's a challenge of the community as a whole, in totality. That is why we call it community-led.
Later that evening, Kamal arrives at Jalagiri. Rashida and Shimoli show him the fruits of their labour.
The women are saying that, in this year's Monga, there was absolutely no family in this village was hungry. They had no problem. They sold it, they consumed it, and now every household in this village, they have this the vine potato. We can see now this vine potato. Eta koi bochorer purono? Jeta tola hoche? This is just 1 year old, and you can see this. These are very delicious, tasty. This is eta ki ek bochorer? These are all 1 year old. You plant this time, and then at the time of Monga you harvest them. All the poor families, poor women, they have it and plenty. তাহলে আপনারা বিক্রিও করছেন আবার খাচ্ছেনও Okay, what Samoli and Samoli's friends are saying that they started the work of CLTS, the community-led total sanitation in this village. Immediately they realized, why don't we fight against Monga? And everyone together, they dug about 3,000, 4,000 pits and planted vine potato, everyone together. And they are saying that neither they have this any of this diarrhea and dysentery and kind of things, nor they have any hunger.
CLTS has produced other surprises, not just in the fight against disease and hunger. It's helped save people's homes and livestock from the annual monsoon flooding. This group of villages are protected by a common dike. Erosion eats away at the earthen banks. If there's a failure in one section, all suffer.
About 33 villages in 2 unions, around this river used to get inundated. In some of the houses, the water used to come up to neck deep water, and that water used to stay there for a month. So all the livestock, the chicken and dogs and everything, all domestic animals used to die, and the all crops and everything used to get damaged. So what they are saying that in these 2 unions, all the villages, every year they used to incur a loss of 20 crores of taka, which is a huge amount of money.
United by CLTS, the villagers formed a common front, lobbying local government, the water board and others to repair the damaged sections of the dike. And where works were slow to commence, they carried out repairs themselves.
We formed a committee with a couple of villages, and through that committee we collected bamboo and sandbags from every village. And the people who couldn't give us bags, they gave us money.
I think this is time now for the development agencies, donors and lenders to think back, and look at it, In many development agencies, they dump money and the resources and huge money they spend. But now in CLTS, you empower the community and you trigger all these things, and you create a conducive environment for the community to move on. This is the whole shift in paradigm in development interventions.
The latest government estimates are that 53% of rural households have access to a toilet. Over a third of these are due to CLTS. And CLTS is spreading. It's now in 21 countries in Asia, Africa and Latin America.